But I'm with you. Like, they get the Timber Saw, and
how do we feel like this mid matchup is going to go though with the Doom up against the Timber? You know, we've been saying that Sanctity, his Timber is something that he's incredibly comfortable on. He's actually going down bot. Okay, so they're swapping the lanes here, it looks like.
Okay. I don't hate it. I mean, the Doom's going to be able to...
Smoke on. Around the bounty, Rogi. Run into Hishki. A nice two-man stun, but leave the Nyx Assassin with that tag team. One more right click. They're not going to get it though. And it's actually Rogi that's in trouble. Ace is able to pick up first blood. That's a movement that SMG have been doing time and time again so far through the qualifiers. Mainly it's been on Radiant, where they've smoked up and tried to maneuver over to the bottom high ground bounty. They did it again on Dire this time, but it looks like Lilgun, they were ready and waiting for that. Duo support there, doing a lot across the map at the moment. They is quite the start from SMG. 1,000 net worth lead. You take a look at what they're getting out of the map. I mean, well, they might even be able to find Marvel. Mid one, it's got a 2-level advantage at the moment, and Marvel has just got no hope. You see, you can't even think about a TP because they would have had a way to cancel that with the snowball. So this is just honestly a disastrous start here for the position 3 on Lilgun.
Yeah, I mean, Venomancer's never going to do fantastically against the Lifestealer, right? All of that slow damage is just going to be healed up with the Feast. He hasn't even put a point into the open wounds, but even if he did, you can just rage it off. Speaking of the rage, chasing down Hishki with it.
Another one. Like, when does it get to the stage where they have to either sack that lane or do you bring the Timber there? Like, what's the play now for Lilgun? Yeah, there we go. Just make it so he, it's just a tilt factor. Couple high ground moon. Should be okay. Try and chase down Ace 12 here. The maxed out Scorched Earth. He's gonna have phase back up too with the Hadouken Moon. Picks up their 5th kill of the game, and this is just a completely different story of SMG versus Lilgun than what we've seen previously. As they might still be able to find KP, although it's only Hishki hunting, so they're not going to have an extra amount of damage required there. But we still are seeing that. So mid one's actually going to have to come down to the bottom side of the map here. Sanctity was putting a little bit too much pressure on that tier 1 tower, so mid one's just going to be the reaction there to try and keep that one alive.
I guess he feels like it's, you know, safe down here against the Timber Saw. You're not super worried early on against the, as the Lifestealer.
It's gonna fall. Alright, KP, Arfu. Another one. Up to 6 kills now.
But, like, we've seen Lilgun are very happy to try and take the offensive as much as they can. All of their deaths seem to have come from, you know, ganks gone wrong.
And it's nice as well for the fact that, you know, Doom has got this Midas. He already scales really well into the late game. But SMG, they're going to try and defend the top tower. What a stun. Rogi finds 2. And KP is going to chuck up the ultimate. The numbers are in the advantageous position here for SMG. So they'll kill off Marvel. They're going to be able to turn next for Hishki as well, but the reinforcements are showing up in 1, 2, 3. The shapeshift use, they're going to be able to kill off Moon here without popping the ultimate. And now 1, 2, 3.
That's a deep dive.
Another hero here is Rogi. He's going to get chased under the tower. Nice attempt with the shards, but it's not cute enough. There's Arfu now. He's going to be the next target here for Lilgun. As even Sanctity showing up. He's played a lot of this game around bot, but finally he's looking to get involved here. The level 10 Timber Saw secured his first kill of the game.
Very nicely done. Lots of gold being fed through to him as well, so that's going to be, you have gold sitting on 1,600. Got that top tower. They were even able to defend bot with Hishki rotating down there. So finally, good rotation coming through from Lilgun. Even with that arcane rune, was kind of hesitant to use the Doom there. Just wanting to make sure he could save it for a rainy day. Ends up losing his life in the process.
He's under attack.
Now taking that tower, I mean, it's going to be able to free up the map a little bit more. It's a big team fight one as well. He's got help of Rogi. It's actually going to chuck up the ultimate long-range Earth Spike. But again, Lilgun runs in the turn. I mean, Lycan with his Echo Saber, and you see all the strength heroes they can't combat versus the Timber Saw. Sanctity level 11, chains on forward, gets the kill, but meanwhile, Arfu will get a little bit of revenge as Ace 12 is going to try and hide in a bit of a nook here. But it's a double for Arfu with a TP. Too late. He won't be successful there. And SMG now, 3 down. They might be able to make it a 4th as well as Hishki. Stun's already on cooldown, but the Chakram slow, is that going to be enough required? Great use of the Infest bonus health. KP still falling incredibly low, and they've also lost out all of the mana from Timbersaw. Meanwhile, Rogi just drops the finger. Gets another, as Marvel will pay the price there. They stick around for a little bit too long here from Lilgun.
This is Lilgun 101. They're just like, all right, time to go. Button is pressed. And, well, we've got a level 11 Lycan here as well, so you can just look to continue. Tier 1 tower should look to go down in the mid lane. This is around the average time that SMG lose their tower, around the 13 or so minute mark.
A bit of a hit there.
This is really... It's very odd to see KP this low on the net worth. You know, either he plays a hero that has an innate way to farm, or what are they going on here?
High ground, 1, 2, 3. Boom. Oh, nice silence just before the cast animation comes through from Moon. So going to be able to push him away, KP. Dropping the ultimate. Controls up the Lycan throughout the shapeshift. Great use of the primal here from KP, but can they control him a second time as Mid 1 standing his ground? They've dealt with them on the backline though as Sanctity swings on forward. A Timber changes to the Chakram to claim the kill on Doom, and it looks like they want to stick around and push back SMG as KP's ultimate has expired and Mid 1's rage is on cooldown as well. The strength heroes just are unable to combat this Timber Saw. He'll just get the rage off in the nick of time. Sanctity! He's even going underneath the tier 3 tower. No cares in the world, but he has to. You've got to care against the Spirit Vessel. We can see the Timber. That's one of the ways to counter him.
Especially super early on, before he has that extra bit of regen coming through from having the Kyre and Sange. I'm sure he's going to go into something like the Lotus Orb after that to make sure that the Doom, the Lion Hexes, even just preventing the Lycan from getting thrown up into the air could be fantastic.
Doom used, but look at this. He doesn't care. He'll stand his ground and actually look to man fight. The damage with Armlet Echo Saber. They're controlling him at the moment. Great use of the Earth Spike. Finger of Death will blow up 1, 2, 3. And now Hishki's going to be the next target as well. He doesn't have the Vendetta available. So Arfu Blink on forward, who is very farmed on this Tusk, will be able to get them a second kill there in that bit of a skirmish. But, you know, this is something you were bringing up in the draft, the fact that the Lycan, if you get doomed, you know, mainly through shapeshift, you can kind of, you know, still fight, but even then we're seeing at the moment he can have a little bit of prowess.
Yeah, of course. You can always just continue to fight on forward. But again, I go on about supports all the time. I'm a support player, but Arfu and Rogi, they've been playing fantastic. That time around with Rogi making sure to get the Earth Spike finger onto Lycan, making sure that that Doom wasn't used in vain. And then you highlighted it before. Arfu, really nice timing on that Blink Dagger. He's going to use it for saves. He's going to use it for initiates. It gives them an extra way to disrupt any kind of TPs back. Not that a Lilgun are going to be trying to TP back at any point in this game. They're all in on the aggression. Well, something that allows you to do that is Roche.
Arfu, Blink just getting cancelled. That Poison Sting, can they get another one? Yes, they can. So Arfu's going to try and delay this for as long as possible. But recognizing with the ultimates on cooldown that they have the advantage here. I mean, Primal splits back up, but you take a look at the vision control that Lilgun have at the moment, and this is something we were bringing up. The Wolves, the Plague Wards, the Vendetta to be able to scout out. They've got great, you know, just the default ways, the Observer Wards, the old-fashioned way, even great positioning from them to control the Roche Pit, and just recognizing this is a big power spike from them that SMG aren't able to kind of combat against.
Yeah, I don't think SMG can fight against this at all without the Doom available, so they're just going to give this one up. AP is doing his best to try and cut the wave somewhat, but going to have to just roll himself away. All of their more obvious wards got dewarded pretty instantly. Moon, for everyone that complains about him, he was good with his movements. He made sure to use things like tower aggro to make sure that there was a ward towards the right of the tier 1 mid tower. So these ones like to the right of the Dire Ancients, they're much better. They're much more unorthodox. And that's what you really need to be breaking out in these high importance games coming through.
And you've been highlighting the support's impact, and you take a look at the itemization. Ace 12, Hishki, double force is about to be completed, and in fact Marvel has even got a 4-staff as well. So the recognition of they need to kite these abilities, get back to safety. If they can kite the Doom, kite the Bruce Split, reset and go back in, then Lilgun are going to feel favored in this fight. So it's a big timing here from SMG. They've smoked up on Moon. They don't have the blink here. They're going to have to rely on the toss to get the jump. And in fact,
they're got a Bloodstone on Timber, though.
Anyone. Oh my, Sanctity's huge. He's got Aegis too. Mid one is away from the team. They get the silence as well before the raid. Mid one has got no backup, and he's going to get brought down. What a maneuver from Lilgun. They showed the Timber top, and it kind of made SMG feel a little bit safe for the positioning of mid one, that the fact that they were probably sitting behind the Timber. But no, mid one gets punished there.
Lycan smells blood. He knows that they just used it. Can they get the stun off?
The split off, he can. Nick of time, KP's ultimate. Moon's going to have to swing on over as well. The Doom's available. Who does he want to target is the question, though. BKB finally popped, chasing down Ace 12. But meanwhile, off to the eastern side of the fight, Sanctity in 1, 2, 3. They're just ripping them apart. Moon secures a double. Underneath the tier 2 tower, though, Timber, he doesn't have the help of the team, so without the stuns, the lack of control is there. They're even showing how important this fight is. They're going to try and buy back on the Nyx Assassin to get involved, but with the BKB on cooldown, Sanctity is able to come on over. He's even chaining once again underneath the tier 3 tower, but this time they won't be able to punish them back on Moon. You have to get more out of this, but what can they do? 1, 2, 3, TP cancelled. So at least they get the Lycan kill along with Marvel, but that is a lot committed here for SMG. SMG, great positioning from Lilgun. On the higher ground, they've got the vision advantage. They're a bit split right now from 1, 2, 3. He's going to run underneath an observer ward as well in the next second here, so they'll find him. Instant Hex. And this should be a kill before the rest of the team can come on over. They even have the Doom if they need to control him before the shapeshift. So they'll have to give up the Lycan. They're still holding their high ground. And the pings come out, so I believe that Dire are aware of that positioning.
Just keep the action going, they're like, we don't care that we have Aegis, we feel like we're strongest in this game. If we're able to get a pick off onto the likes of Moon's Doom, then, he's not going to be very effective at all for the next stages of this game. KP is the main target, though.
Oh, this is a great move. It's super deep, though.
We have enough.
Through from mid one. Infest Bomb. Is it going to be enough to be able to keep them alive before the Primal Sweep? And the silence is there thanks to the Soulbind help. Links them both together. But KP is able to get the ultimate off, and now they're going to look to turn as Marvel will fall. Controlling Sanctity with the Cyclone, but now he comes back down. A double stun from Hishki. There's the second Cyclone. So Sanctity's impact this team fight is being negated thanks to the Bruce Split, but it's about to expire, so SMG have to retreat. The backline, I hear a BKB. 1, 2, 3. Moon's going to use his own BKB as well. The Doom's still available, but he's just going toe-to-toe. Moon, the CEO, he needs no help. He'll find himself a double. They're pretty close to a lot of timings though, like Satanic, Shivas, KP, he's got 2100 gold in the bank as well, so this is a long wraparound.
Yeah, I like it though. You got to come in from behind, you got to disrupt these supports. They are the ones winning this team fight for SMG.
Smoke.
Afu, he's the one you want.
Yeah, they start this fight. Afu, instant snowball, gets the space, Moon with the blink on forward as well. They find a Lycan, but he's still shapeshift up. Doom hasn't been juiced yet with the Soulbind out. They're still controlling, but they're able to bring down the toss. So the first hero will fall in the support, but the Doom controlling Sanctity. They're going to lay this with their own Cyclone as well, but it looks like they just want to completely take away Sanctity's Timbersaw in this team fight. But the only issue is that KP, his ultimate's expired, and the Moon ulti is also on cooldown as well. So Lilgun with the numbers advantage and the power spike with their abilities, they can push on for more. As KP's the initial target, has got the Lotus Orb bounce back as well. Moon's trying to deal with 1, 2, 3. He's falling low on the Lycan, and he'll turn it down his ground, which will help to claim the kill. As Moon's done 90 seconds on the deck, but it's all on mid one now. As silence is out, but the Force Staff's coming into play. They've completely burnt his mana dry as well. They'll buy back on Roji, but can he get nearby to be able to protect mid one? He'll turn with the rage, but the 1v4, mid one, can he do it?
Shadow Amulet
learns himself. The Amulet, Ace is still alive, and mid one is now going to get back to safety. The rage is on cooldown. He's trying to go down to the southern side, but he can't escape. As Lilgun They'll finally catch the life stealer. That is a massive streak as well getting claimed, and they want more blood too. Hunting down Rogi. They know he just bought back here, and with the Lotus up mid one, he's buying back for this. They've got to get more out of it. Great Earth Spike, controlling Sanctity, but look how much mana he has, and how do you kill him right now? He's so hard to go through. They'll try and use the Spirit Vessel, instantly purged off though thanks to the Lotus Orb, and now Sanctity, he's actually going to think about
basically
turning.
body blocked.
Infest is out, food 4-star back to safety, got the bonus health in the Infest as well, but he's slowly ticking down. Another chain on forward, great use of the Your Scepter, but it will not matter. As now mid one, he's going to help. You got to keep in mind, mid one just brought back, and look at all the emphasis. SMG, no, this is such an important fight for the story of this game. The buyback's coming through, but mid one's going to control. Deletion's there with the stars, they bring him down. Mid one will fall. KP's going to drop as well. Use all the voice lines. You just almost wiped them. 4 down, no buyback, and that should be Roshan as well.
Oh boy, I mean, I was saying that Lilgun, they have a very early game lineup, and I guess you could say we've just transitioned over to the, kind of mid to late game after the 30-minute mark. This is their peak. This is the time that they're wanting to constantly move forward, and they have no way to stop Sanctity from just going over and over and over and over again, and that's the power of having that Timber Saw right at the end of the draft. I'm really surprised that it got through all this way.
Move! The
Reflected!
Orb.
He's doomed!
Does 1, 2, 3 actually think about standing his ground? KP's going to buy back. Where are the Force coming to play? They don't have their life stealer, and now they're continuing to chase him down. Moon's gonna die. He doesn't have a buyback. They'll get the kill on Marvel once again. You see the Timber Cyclone, so annoying for Sanctity, but this man has 30 Bloodstone charges. Sanctity's Timber Saw 12, 1, and 10.
Oh boy. I think that maybe they're thinking, all right, now that we used all of our abilities, maybe go for the safer play, take Roche, get the Ag shot. It's such a valuable one to be able to take away from the enemy team. Maybe just passively push in that top side as well. But and the net worth, the win probability was sitting at about only 30% Lilgun before that fight broke out. And, well, it's shifted up. This is what I want my GameStop shares to do. Because right now they're taking a bit of a dip.
You want the stonks up. The stonks right now for Lilgun are skyrocketing. Aegis, Aghanim Shard, and the Cheese about to be in the hands of the Radiant lineup. Who do we feel like is looking to hold the Aghanim Shard here?
Question. Be able to give it over to Sanctity? Get that flamethrower going?
Okay. Can help with a potential siege, because you also know that if you win another fight, you actually might just be able to throne, knowing that Dire do not have buybacks.
Time is looking like on him. Lifesteal is 5 minutes. Oof. That's the key one.
Yeah. It is kind of difficult though for Radiant to get that jump. Like you see Dire, I know we're not seeing it so much at the moment, especially with Lion not having a blink, but Doom has blink, Arfu maybe blink, but we've kind of seen him play more of a defensive game with his toolkit. So Radiant, once it gets to that late game fight, we see a lot of teams have the capability of getting the initial jump and bursting a hero down. It doesn't feel like Radiant have that at the moment with the lack of initial control.
Yeah,
I mean, like this play though, or Hishki, this could be important. If
interrupting the TP? Yeah, he didn't rage.
Oh, he's going to wait for the longest duration as well. And they know mid one can't join them. Instant voice lines. Oh, they are feeling themselves.
He's scuttling his way. He's using the rage for the extra movement speed.
Oh, they're going to be able to bring it down though. 1, 2, 3. He wasn't holding the Aegis. It's on the Timber. And they'll, even without the life steal SMG, they're able to craft the team fight victory at the moment. They should be able to chase down Marvel. They're continuing to be able to control Timber. Are they actually just be able to kill off Moon solo? No. The Wolves is not enough with the help of the supports, but Sanctity is able to rejoin them. KP, another round of the Bruce split, but mid one, he's shown up to the fight. From bot to top he goes. It's a long route, but looks like Sanctity, he still wants to stick around. They're doing all they can to control the Timber and deal with the measly supports, which they should be able to do so successfully. But now Timber needs to get away. The chain into the blink, he's out with the TP. Hishki won't be as fortunate. See if they can find him. I think they saw him. Blink. Hishki. Oh, that was a very delayed blink. Alright.
I wonder what Lilgun's game plan is here. Obviously, they've got the advantage of, having this lane already pushing in. You've got the wolves that can just be passively going in. They're trying to take a range Rax as opposed to the melee just to be on the safer side. Revealing the fact that they're there, although they're going on to Hafu.
I mean, if they check the health, they should know that the life sword's infested in the Tusk. Now mid one's going to bounce out. A buyback's going to come through instantly. They'll deal with the Nyx, but now with the Primal Split as well. They're able to control up Sanctity. They are. Now with the Doom as well. Force stuff back towards the western side, but Marvel will fall and he's unable to rejoin the fight. As 1, 2, 3 snowball. Great use of the Impale from Hishki, but they're controlling 1, 2, 3. This is able to use the cheese, but the beacon is expired. They need to rely on Sanctity's damage, but is it going to be enough? KP, another round of the ultimate. There's the control coming through with the tornado, and it just takes away a lot of the damage here from Lilgun. They'll find two, but the Lycan and the Venomancer down. Still, what can they find next? They'll drag him back, mid one silence, burnt out all his mana. Maybe it's going to get to the time of Sanctity. Oh, mid one? Only low.
It's got Satanic.
Return. Great stun. Hishki onto 2. Moon's going to swing on over, but they'll focus down KP. Moon gets stunned up before he's able to drop anything. Refresher used, but they need to try and protect mid one. He's getting focused here, but the Doom comes out in the nick of time. And now Sanctity, he wasn't able to get the Lotus Orb.
Stun again.
Stun. Hishki. Can he get away? They need to help him, but the blink. Moon's able to close the distance. A godlike streak getting claimed from Moon and mid one.
I get how having the Basher is important on this Lycan, but you've got a Yule Scepter on the Tusk. He's going to be able to get away with the Blink, of course, in combination. You've got a Force Staff and a Blink Dagger on the Lion as well, and you don't have something like a Nullifier that's going to be able to lock him down. So I think you either need to change things up and go for a Nullifier and try and take out those targets in that way, or you need to go down a different route. Lanes are kind of pushing in on their own, so maybe go for the Ag Shard, get the extra Lycan Wolf. It's not an amazing shard, but just change things up.
Jump instantly. Straight on top of the line, who's got a buyback. Moon's going to retaliate as well, but the blink gone forward. Doom's out. They're able to find Sanctity before the Lotus Orb, but here comes the Force Staffs into play. But Moon's making sure he holds his ground. Timber cannot get back to safety, and now you just have to hope that Sanctity has a buyback. That's 2 deaths in a row. They even lose the Lycan as well. Gonna try and look to reset, come back into this fight, knowing that the ultimates are on cooldown, but mid one, he's still in fighting shape. All of the heroes and SMG are up and ready to go, as Nyx Assassin is unable to rejoin them, down for 100 seconds. Gotta think twice here about going up this high ground. Sanctity thinking about it, and that is a lot forced here. Buyback on the Timber, buyback on the Lycan as well. Mid one, blink on forward. He's found his target, locks onto the Venomancer, but a force up, he's stuck on the high ground. Marvel is unable to have any impact now in this team fight, with the snowball forward, they've got the punch. Locking in the Lycan, mid one's able to go to work. Great use of the charge as well. 1, 2, 3, he just pulled back. He's gonna fall, and now all your hopes in this game, it's on Sanctity. A great blink to the eastern side, the chain as well, but Roji, he should be able to follow up. They get the Cyclone, both these cores pull back. Where's the help? Sanctity, oh, that's a crazy blink, but he doesn't get the Timber Chain link, so they're still able to find him.
He had a Lotus
on the high gun. Spirit Russell's out. The control's there as well. Can he get the Lotus Orb? He cannot. Timber's down. 120 seconds on the deck. And SMG, they're going to try and walk it down mid here.
There's nothing that's going to stop him. You got a Venomancer, pretty decent at this base defense, but even him, these Plague Wards, it's not going to be enough throughout the damage of the Lifestealer. He's gone the Desolator. He's got all of that Agi coming through from the Ninja Gear as well. He's got a Swift Blink, for God's sake, so I'm sure he's going to use that just for the attack speed. And they're not even caring about Rax. They're going to go straight for the end.
These two heroes, they've got no damage. None at all. I mean, Nyx is up in 10, but Moon's just going to do the zoning role at the moment. Rockcliffe going to delay a little while. Attempt with the Force Staff.
Him in.
Snowball will give him the space. I mean, Lycan's up in 30, but can you really hide that long hit?
Oh, nice stun!
Great use of the Poison Over as well. I mean, they're trying to craft a way to hold this game, but it's not cute enough. As the Venom will try and buy back, but that is all the gas now used. There's nothing left in the tank as the throne is exposed, and SMG are able to take this game 1 here in our lower bracket round 2. I feel like SMG, they're
Marvel's like, oh, we'll just do our own pull into this stack. I've got the Nether Toxin. I'm going to be able to deal with this small camp relatively easily, considering how the lane is. Mid one farming perfectly safely under the tower. That's another thing that this SMG support duo do. They make sure that they're standing as far away, but also within, you know, safe distance of their carry as possible. They realize that mid one is the one that's going to win them this game. Like, you don't see a Bat Rider ending games. It is going to be Medusa that's going to be eventually being able to pull this one out.
And how do we feel, though, that this bottom lane's going to fare with KP on the Beastmaster versus the Bristleback? It kind of feels like it's a bit more Bristle favored.
It is, just because obviously melee v melee, you're going to get a ton of Quill Spray stacked up onto you. He's got the magic stick, so it's not going to be too bad for him. And now that he's got 2 points in the Call of the Wild Boar, damage, that slow coming out is going to be a bit harder to deal with. Just see Afu. He's not worried about damage right now. He's all about just being annoying, being as survivable as possible. Saturday Tormentor's even going to help him out with the extra health regen. Well, he doesn't have a TP because of wanting to change up these lanes, and Enchantress is one of the fastest heroes in the game. Be able to catch him here.
But Hadouken is too far away, but Afu's movement speed, we're kind of seeing why a great start here for Afu. Even taking a stack. Look at him go.
He's doing a great job. I mean, that's just based on how the lanes are going. That's one of the downsides of...
Another one. Marvel picks it up. So we're seeing that bit of a different game here for Marvel's cancerous hero. The Veno lane was a little bit more one-sided, but it looks like this time his Viper should have a better lane.
Yeah, I mean, Tsunami highlighted it during the draft, right? There's not that kill threat when you're playing a puck into the Bat Rider. You're always going to have some kind of movement potential to be able to jaunt out, whether it be the Waning Rift or Illusory Orb, get out of that Firefly. Well, even the Flame Break is basically useless, considering you can just phase shift it out.
Ace. He's going to try and deny himself to the Ancient stack. Let's see if they can get the damage tick. He does! Oh, very nice. Ace. As the Bristle will move along with mid one's Medusa, who's currently just farming stacks in the jungle, it looks like.
Thinking out the fact that the Phoenix is sitting down here, he's going to be happy to soak up all of this experience. Again, it's going to be important that he maxes out that Sunray as soon as possible.
Big lane. Been able to catch him. Great nice coil into 3. Again, they need to kill him fast enough before the stacks are able to come through. With the Quills will find the Enchantress. They find a second as well with Sanctity able to chase him down. This haste on the puck. It's a menacing threat here for SMG, but I don't think the damage is going to be there for Moon.
KP arms up a storm when you give him the time. Probably not a Midas game. You know, the KP offlane Midas isn't generally the way that he likes to build the Beastmaster, but going to be putting a ton of map pressure on with these early levels. Maxed out Call of the Wild, like we were mentioning before. The Inner Beast, level 3 now, so it's going to be able to deal with this first egg very easily. So it could even lead to them trying to make a decent contest to this push with the Siege Creep. Nova available.
I think that level 6 on
level 6. He's got it.
AP.
Well, this would be a big kill.
Use the ball and stopping the Clockwork from getting the hookshot follow-up, but it doesn't matter. When you got 4 heroes to be able to surround the Beastmaster, they should be able to chase him up the high ground. And Sanctity is able to pick up a killing spree. It's
got the potential to TP up here on KP as well as mid one. Power should still fall. Kind of surprised that they're not making a response to this for SMG, because you got a Bristleback, you got all that minus armor. You could potentially take away all of these TP locations to contest a Roche.
Roji, Hex, Flame Break, they're going to jump in forward. It's pretty deep if they can get the lasso, and they can. So it looks like poor old Kishki is in a position where you don't want to be. The TP. Okay. He's out. They get a kill on the Lion. They'll make it away as well on Hishki.
Mid one's just finished Discardi. He's half a level away from 20. So
oh boy,
they're going to be just fine to be able to contest this second Roche. And I feel like that's where the game could be decided. SMG are in a really good spot right now. Just you can't feed everything away. They're using the Hawks in super defensive positions along with some of these wards in, again, the unorthodox spots.
Mid one.
It's going to pop.
Actually jump further down to the southern side, but they catch him. Where's the Fox stunlock? It's going to be there. An instant lasso. They are able to bring him down through all the stuns they've got. Sanctity will fall. It's a supernova up to the northern side, which is going to net them nothing. And now without the egg, it feels like Mid One and SMG are ready to stand their ground and look to fight with a jump in. Mid One is losing a little bit of mana, but the help of Lion with the stun locks in Marvel, and Mid One's able to turn and go to work. But now all eyes are on 1, 2, 3. But the bristleback is slowly getting kited. He's got about a third health to play with. Same with his mana. He needs his warpass to stack up, but is controlled and can't right click down anyone. As Moon will find a double kill, and SMG are now officially online.
Now they've even got the siege creep in perfect timing. Cardi just joining the party. They do have the Solar Crest. Why not? Why not have a level 20 Solar Crest, siege creep, in a beast aura to be able to start sieging? No glyph either.
Oh, Roger.
The deep blink.
They know that you're going to buy back right now with a couple seconds left. I think not. Dive-bomb just too late. But that's going to be space. Tier 3 tower. Sanctity's about to respawn. He's got a coil. It's on 4, but where's the 4? Hook shot's available. If the clockwork can get the angle. Great blink from Moon, though. Will stop the favorable position from Hishki. He's kind of pump faking at the moment, but you see the side steps. Hishki, he just doesn't feel safe with going for a jump.
Used the hook shot just a couple of seconds too late after they'd used their full stun combination on Sanctity and were able to bring him down. That puck lives. Team fight is completely different. Speaking of Hishki, he's gone in. It's on to 4, though.
Yeah, he's in trouble. Looks there. Are they able to find any more follow-up damage radiant? They're a little bit too late to the party. A buyback's going to come through, but now with the lasso once again controlling Sanctity. The supernova, but there's no protection. SMG going to be able to turn and bring it down instantly. Another great Earth Spike, Finger of Death laid on top of the Viper. 1, 2, 3 will have to protect himself with the BKB into the TPR. But guess what? Moon is able to find a 4th, can chase down Hishki with the help of Roji. 4 down, a double for your line, and the catapult is still there as soon as they're able to link up with that.
Moon's positioning was great there, just making sure he was standing within that fog of war, so it's so hard to get the initial lockdown if you're not 100% sure where they are, because when you think about it, what do they have? They've got Hookshot and they've got Dreamcall. You don't want to be committing Dreamcall that early, and we've seen what happens if Sanctity jumps a bit too deep.
Instantly jump, Enchantress. Gonna get brought down here. Has a buyback if they really want to try and can take this Roshan. And they know how important this is from Lilgun. There's the buyback coming to play, but they recognize the only way he can join them is to the outpost. They're going to try and control him. Going to blink him with the lasso. Viper dragged back into the hands of Mid One. The damage is stacking up and it's way too much for them to deal with. As Puck's by himself, he's able to get the jaunt away to the southern side. Back up top here. That's a dieback for the Enchantress. Marble's going to TP in as well. They got the outpost control around the choke point. 1, 2, 3. We haven't really felt the impact of the Bruiser back. Maybe this fight is able to show some prowess, but the Raw locking him through, and Mid One's able to go to work. Now with the BKB about to expire, another buyback's going to come into play. The Phoenix still has the Supernova, the Sunray as well to impact them here. Mid One is a fair way away from the team here, but he doesn't give a damn. Level 22 on the Mid One. Meanwhile, Moon's able to get a godlike shriek. He'll turn to deal with the Supernova. One more right click brings it down. 1, 2, 3 will fall as well. 3 down. They all don't have buyback. Let's see what more they can get out of this. Is at least the lockdown a little bit lacking at the moment. They might be able to find Hishki. Doesn't have that mobility like Sanctity does. Although I say that, it's actually going back in. Sniffs some blood, maybe thinks he can get the kill on the Batrider, but Moon with the backup of Mid One there. Mid One can just be that guardian. There's no way you're able to run. He gets the stake. Will turn into stone. Meanwhile, KP is also able to find Hishki as well. That is 5 down on the deck, and they should be able to claim the Roshan as well, which is the second of the game that we're needing early on to ramp up the aggression and infiltrate the jungle. They just weren't able to do it.
Yeah, Mid One's huge. Like, look at he's 10k net worth ahead of anyone. They're going in deeper.
Oh, Marvel drag back again. Mid One. Thanks for bringing another easy kill for me. Straight into the grasping hands. This little snake lady. She'll find full second set of racks. And one more hope here, it feels like, for Lilgun. Of course, I mean, it is an elimination match, so they're not going to GG out just yet, but maybe there's some TI specialty in this one.
It'd take a lot. I mean, this Deuce is so fat, Thanos would have to snap twice to get rid of it.
Let's try. Press her back, brought down. We'll be able to get the Batrider kill, so greatly done from 1, 2, 3. But still, you've got the raid boss of mid 1. A
Level 25 as well.
You're gonna have the stone as well. The damage it's stacking up with the Daedalus Sanctity. It's able to get back to safety. The Raw controlling the Bristleback, and mid 1 is able to stand so far on the high ground that the rest of Radiant have to drop a super defensive Supernova. Will turn him to stone. He's bringing them pretty low here, but you've got to keep in mind mid 1, he's still got that second life. 1, 2, 3. Look at the health pool that the Bristleback's playing with. He's on fire at the moment. He'll
Are they
get
doing
to
this?
safety. KP's falling low as well. They're actually holding the high ground. They'll lose 3. KP's going to drop as well, unless the Ags are able to come into play. It's not. Radiant. They're coming out though. They don't want to give them that opportunity. They're a bit disconnected. With Moon still down for 30 seconds. Be able to run into Arfu's Enchantress. We're on the high ground. Rogi, blink on forward. Great use of control. They're going to turn into stone with a Finger of Death. Sanctity will fall. He doesn't have a buyback, and now all the hopes are on 1, 2, 3. But they're going to try and sound the retreat. They've slowed them up on the high ground. Radiant. They should be able to disengage without any more heroes being affected.
You could just walk up forward. Up by his back. Just back off. He's the only one that's going to hold you in place.
Clockwork? You're in a very peculiar spot, especially with SMG pushing up the higher ground here. That's not a defensive position that you want to be in, and our mid 1's even just going to blunk straight on forward. Rip apart the Viper, crumbling under the damage that mid 1's able to dish out. 3 down, they don't have a buyback, and for the little raccoons, it might just be done and dusted. So able to drag it back, hit him from the front, and that should be all she wrote. As Lilgun, unfortunately for them, their hopes of qualifying to the International 10 is now done with this series defeat versus SMG.
They gave it everything that they had, you know, like even then fighting until the bitter end. It was always going to be a slugfest against these guys. I mean, 37 minutes again. What is that? What's my math like? 61 kills.